All right, so today we're going to be looking at AI tools.
Yeah,
And it looks like you're particularly interested in how they're impacting YouTubers.
yeah, that's a big thing right now.
Yeah, it's a really popular topic. And we've got a bunch of really interesting videos and lists that break down some of these tools.
Cool.
So let's just kind of jump in and see what we can find and figure
Oh,
out,
let's see how people can use them.
yeah, how these could be useful for you guys out there listening.
Absolutely.
So let's start at the very beginning, like the foundation of YouTube success.
Okay.
Coming up with good video ideas.
Of course, yeah.
And both Dan Kieft and Futurepedia, we've got two YouTube experts here,
Right.
are using ChatGPT in some pretty interesting ways.
Well, ChatGPT is like the hot thing right now. And
Mm.
they're using it in some really interesting and unique ways.
Yeah, and they're both using custom GPTs,
Yeah.
which I find really interesting.
Which is really cool. So for people who don't know, custom GPT is basically a version of ChatGPT that is trained for a specific task. So instead of being this general chatbot that could do kind of a million things,
Yep.
okay, you can create a GPT that is specifically tailored to, say, writing YouTube video titles.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so Futurepedia is using those for all kinds of stuff, but Keith is really focused on that title creation.
So he basically has like an AI brainstorming partner helping him come up with catchy titles.
Exactly, yeah. And that's the thing with AI right now is you really want to think of it as a partner to augment what you're already doing to make you even better.
So how does he do that though? Like how does he actually use it?
So he actually feeds these custom GPTs with keywords that are generated by another tool
Oh, wow.
called VidIQ.
Like a double whammy of AI.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So VidIQ is this tool that helps YouTubers basically make better videos.
Yeah.
And it can do all kinds of things, like it
Yeah.
analyzes your videos, it looks at your competitors, it looks at the whole YouTube landscape.
Oh, wow. So this sounds like a really useful tool, like even without ChatGPT.
Absolutely, yeah. VidIQ is really popular among YouTubers.
Yeah.
And so what Kieft is doing is he's using VidIQ to figure out, like, okay, what are people searching for?
Right.
What are the hot keywords? And then he's taking those keywords and he's feeding them into his custom GPTs that are trained to write titles. And so now he's got this AI that's helping him come up with titles that are not only catchy, but are also using the keywords that people are actually searching for.
Wow. So he's figuring out what people want to watch and then figuring out how to make his videos stand out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the key.
Yeah. In that sea of content.
You gotta get people to click.
Exactly. So VidIQ, I'm really intrigued by this. And you mentioned this views per hour metric.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that VidIQ does that's really cool, is it doesn't just look at like the search volume for a keyword.
Okay.
It actually looks at how many views videos with that keyword are getting per hour.
Oh, that's smart.
So it's like a real-time look at what's trending right now.
So you can like really catch a trend right as it's happening.
Yeah, exactly. You can see like, oh, wow, this keyword is blowing up right now. Maybe I should make a video about that.
That's amazing.
And you can even see like, okay, this keyword is popular, but it's starting to die down. So maybe I should hold off on that one.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it gives you a much better understanding of like the actual interest level in a topic.
Wow. So that's like a step beyond just basic keyword research.
Exactly. It's like next level keyword research.
Wow. So you got your ideas, but now you got to actually make the video.
Right. You got to create it.
So what are some tools that can help people out with that?
Wow, there's some pretty crazy tools out there now.
I know. I saw InVid AI.
Yeah, that one blew my mind.
That's the one that really blew my mind too, generating entire videos from a prompt.
Yeah, so you just like type in a description of what you want your video to be about and it just spits out a whole video.
Like a whole video.
A whole video.
Like what?
I know.
That just seems like straight out of science fiction.
It is wild. And they have all these different animation styles too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can like get a Pixar style video or you can get a Lego animation.
So you don't even have to know how to animate.
No.
Wow. That's huge for people who maybe...
Especially if you're not a visual person.
Yeah, you don't have that skill set.
Right. You just have the ideas.
You just have the idea and you can say, I want it to look like this.
Exactly. And boom, you got a video.
That's amazing. Okay, so now we have the raw video footage. What about the editing process?
Okay, so for editing, there's this tool called Gling AI.
Okay, I've heard of this one.
Yeah, this one's great. So Gling AI is all about efficiency.
Okay.
It can cut out those awkward silences, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
you mess up a word.
Like all the time.
It can clean all that up for you. It can enhance the audio quality.
It's like people don't need fancy microphones anymore.
Well, it helps.
Yeah, it helps.
But it can definitely improve the audio that you already have.
Wow.
And then the other cool thing is it can generate chapters for your video.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, on YouTube, how you can have those little chapters.
Yeah, like timestamps.
Yeah, it can create those automatically for you.
Wow. So it really does streamline that whole editing process.
It saves you so much time.
Okay, so we've got our ideas. We've made the video. We've edited it. But we can't forget about the fun part.
The creative part.
Yeah, getting creative.
Right.
And Futurepedia shared this really cool example of using AI for music with this tool called Suno.ai.
Yeah, so Suno.ai is pretty cool. What it can do is it can take like a music bass line,
Okay.
like the foundation of a song,
Right.
and then it can extend that based on AI-generated lyrics.
Wow. So it can like write the music based on the words.
Yeah, and so Futurepedia gave this example where they had some AI-generated lyrics, and they put it into Suno.ai, and they ended up with this like surprisingly funky track.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool, and it just shows you how AI can be this like creative partner.
Yeah, I love that idea.
It can help you come up with stuff that you would never have thought of on your own.
It's like jamming with a robot. Okay, so we've got the ideas, the video, the music. What about thumbnails?
The all-important thumbnail.
The make or break.
It's the first thing people see.
Exactly. And Dan Kieft, he's got a whole AI workflow for thumbnails.
He does. He's got a good system.
He's really taking advantage of this.
Yeah.
So first he uses Flux AI,
Okay.
and specifically their LoRa feature, which lets him basically clone himself into different scenarios for thumbnails.
Oh, that's cool. So he doesn't even have to like do photo shoots anymore.
No more photo shoots.
He could just generate himself doing anything.
Yeah, so if he wants to be like on top of Mount Everest,
Hey,
they can just make that happen.
No, no.
So then he uses a tool called Pixels to actually generate the thumbnails.
Okay.
And it can create them from scratch based on a prompt,
Okay.
or it can even mimic existing styles.
Oh, wow. So he could like make it look like a movie poster or something.
Exactly. And the best part is it costs less than $1 per image,
That's amazing.
which is huge for creators who maybe are just starting out or don't have a huge budget.
Yeah, that's accessible.
Yeah, exactly. But even if you have all these fancy tools,
Right.
you still need to know what works.
Yeah, you got to figure out what your audience likes.
Right, and that's where this tool called UnAI comes in.
Okay.
So Kieft uses UnAI to A/B test his thumbnails,
Oh, that's smart.
so he can see which ones are actually getting people to click.
So he's letting the data decide.
Yeah, he's taking the guesswork out of it.
I like that.
Yeah, so
Alright.
he's using AI to both create the thumbnails and then see how effective they are.
He's really maximizing the AI potential there.
Yeah, he's got the whole system down.
He's figured it out.
Now let's talk about YouTube Shorts.
Okay. Yeah. Shorts are huge.
Like, I feel like they're everywhere these days.
It's all over my feed.
Yeah, me too. And Kieft, he's using a tool called OpsClip to automatically generate shorts from his longer videos.
Oh, that's smart.
Right, so he's repurposing his content and making the most of the stuff he's already created.
And you have to these
You
days.
kind of have to, yeah. And AI can help you do that
Absolutely.
without having to constantly film new stuff.
Especially with how much content people are consuming these days.
Right, it's like having this AI assistant working behind the scenes, just like constantly multiplying your content.
Yeah, it's a content machine.
Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about open source AI tools.
Okay.
And Futurepedia is a big fan of open source.
Yeah, they really are.
And there's this tool called Pinocchio that caught my eye,
Okay. Yeah.
and it's described as like Steam for AI apps.
Yeah, basically it makes it easier to install and use these like complex open source models.
So for people who are maybe a little bit more tech savvy,
Yeah, if you're comfortable with the command line.
yeah, and you want to kind of get in there and customize things, Pinocchio can be a really useful tool.
Yeah, it's super powerful.
But what if you're not really into like installation and code?
Yeah, if you're not a developer.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's another platform called Replicate,
Okay,
and Replicate is really cool. It's like pay as you go. So you don't have to sign up for a subscription or anything.
that's nice.
Yeah, and they have a ton of different models that you can experiment with.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like a tasting menu of AI.
Yeah, you could try a bunch of different things and see what you like.
Wow, I love that.
And then once you find something that you really like, then you can maybe look into a more dedicated tool for that.
Okay, cool. So we've got tools for creating videos, for editing, for thumbnails.
Right.
What about tools for just like learning and research in general.
Oh, yeah. There's some really cool stuff coming out in that area, too.
I saw this tool called NotebookLM
Oh, yeah.
from Google.
Google's doing a lot in the AI space.
Yeah, they are. And this one just seems amazing.
It's pretty wild.
So basically, you can upload your notes
Okay.
from like a book or a research paper,
Okay.
and then you can have a conversation with the material.
Wow. So it's like you're talking to the book.
Yeah, it's like having this super-powered study buddy
That's really
that
cool.
can help you understand complex ideas.
Especially if you're a student, that could be a game changer.
Yeah, or even if you're just someone who likes to learn new things
Absolutely.
and wants
Yeah.
to really delve into a topic.
Right.
Now, Futurepedia highlighted this great resource from HubSpot,
Okay.
which is a free list of 1,000 AI prompts.
Oh, wow.
And so if you're feeling a little lost,
Yeah, like where do I even start?
yeah, like how do I even use these tools? What do I say to them?
What do I ask?
This list can be a great starting point.
That's a great resource.
Okay, so we've seen some amazing tools specifically for YouTubers.
Yeah, for creators.
But let's zoom out a little bit and talk about tools that have applications beyond just YouTube.
Right. There's a whole world of AI out there.
Yeah. What are some of the tools that you've come across that you think are really exciting and have uses for people in all kinds of fields?
Well, one that's been getting a lot of buzz lately is 11 Labs,
Okay.
which is this Polish startup that's doing some really crazy stuff with voice generation.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah, so they can create these like super realistic voices.
Really?
It's like indistinguishable from a real person.
Wow, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's a little freaky, but also really cool.
Yeah. What are they using it for?
All kinds of stuff. So they're using it for audiobooks. They're using it for video games.
Oh, wow.
Anytime you need a voice, they can create it.
That's amazing. And then what about for people who need to translate languages?
Oh, yeah. So there's a tool called DeepL.
Okay.
It's a translation tool. And it's actually like giving Google Translate a run for its money.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's more accurate than Google Translate.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It just shows you how AI is really changing the game in all these different areas.
Yeah, even something like translation, which we've had tools for a while now.
Yeah.
AI is coming in and really,
Pushing the boundaries.
yeah, making them even better.
Yeah.
Now, Canva, which is a really popular graphic design platform.
Oh, yeah, Canva's great.
Yeah, it's super easy to use. They're also getting into the AI game.
Yeah, they're adding all these AI-powered features.
Really?
Yeah, so you can like generate images, you can create designs with the help of AI.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's making it even easier for people to create like visually appealing content.
That's great, especially for people who maybe don't have a design background.
Right, exactly.
And then we're seeing AI being integrated into tools that we're already using every day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like Otter.ai for transcription,
Right.
Calendly for scheduling,
Yep.
Slack for team communication.
All these tools are getting smarter.
Yeah, it's like AI is becoming this invisible force that's just making everything better.
Yeah, it's working behind the scenes to make our lives easier.
So we've seen a ton of really exciting AI tools today.
A lot of cool stuff.
From those designed specifically for YouTubers
Nice.
to those that can streamline our everyday tasks
Yeah.
and help us learn new things.
It's clear that AI is here to stay.
It's here to stay. It's not science fiction anymore. It's the present.
Yeah, it's the present. It's powerful and it's ready to be used.
Exactly. And the tools are just getting better and better.
Yeah. So what does all of this mean for our listeners, though?
Yeah, that's the big question, right?
Like, how do we actually take all this information
Right. It's overwhelming.
and apply it
It can be.
to our own lives?
Yeah. How do we actually use these tools to improve our work, our creativity?
Our learning.
Yeah, our everyday lives. That's what we're going to talk about next.
Awesome. I'm excited to delve into that a little bit more.
Me too.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break.
Yeah, it is exciting. But what about the bigger picture, though? Like we've been talking about these specific tools.
Right.
But how is AI in general changing the way we work and create and learn?
Yeah, we need to zoom out a little bit
Right.
and think about the larger implications of this.
Exactly.
It's not just about these individual tools. It's about like a fundamental shift.
It's a paradigm shift
Yeah.
in how we approach so many things. Yeah, like take content creation, for example.
Right.
In the past, you needed, specialized skills and expensive equipment.
You needed a whole crew.
Yeah, you needed a whole team to create like professional looking videos.
Right.
But now with AI tools like VidIQ,
Right.
anybody can do it.
Anyone can make a video.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It really levels the playing field.
It does.
And it makes me wonder, like, what does this mean for the future of content creation?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to see this explosion of new voices and perspectives?
I think so.
Will traditional production companies have to adapt
Oh, they definitely will, yeah.
to stay relevant?
Yeah, they're going to have to figure out how to incorporate AI or they're going to get left behind.
Yeah, because the technology is just moving so fast.
It's moving at an incredible pace.
But it's not just content creation, right?
Right.
Like, think about research and learning.
Education. This is going to be huge for education.
Yeah, like NotebookLM could totally revolutionize the way we learn. Imagine students being able to interact with their textbooks.
Right, like have a conversation with it.
Yeah, ask questions, get personalized explanations.
Yeah, it's like having a tutor built into your textbook.
It's amazing, and it makes learning so much more engaging.
It does. It makes it fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And when learning is fun, you learn more.
And don't forget about productivity.
Oh, yeah.
Like, AI is changing the way we work, too.
Huge time saver.
Yeah, from scheduling meetings with Calendly
Right.
to transcribing notes with Otter AI.
Yeah.
We're seeing AI just streamline all these tasks that used to take up so much of our time.
And free up our mental energy for more important things.
Yeah, it's like we have this army of digital assistants working behind the scenes
Hey,
to make our lives easier and more efficient.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And it makes me wonder, like, what tasks are we going to be able to fully automate in the near future?
Oh, that's a great question. I think we're going to see more and more tasks become automated, especially those that are like repetitive and rule-based. Things that don't require a lot of creativity or critical thinking.
So then that frees us up to focus on the things that humans are really good at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The things that require our unique human skills.
Yeah, like creativity and problem solving and emotional intelligence.
Right, and things like that.
It's almost like AI is pushing us to evolve as well,
It is.
to develop those skills that are going to be most valuable in a world where machines can handle the routine stuff.
Yeah, it's like this coevolution.
Yeah, it's really fascinating.
It is. It's a really exciting time to be alive, I think.
It is. It feels like we're on the cusp of something really big.
Yeah, a major societal shift.
And AI is right at the center of it.
It's driving it.
But with all this excitement, we have to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Absolutely. It all depends on the intentions of the people using it.
That's a really important point.
Yeah, it's not about blindly embracing AI. It's about being thoughtful and intentional in how we use it.
Exactly.
We need to be asking ourselves tough questions like, how can we use AI to create a better future for everyone?
Right.
How can we ensure that it's used ethically and responsibly?
Yeah. How can we prevent it from being used to like worsen existing inequalities or create new ones?
Exactly. Those are the kinds of conversations we need to be having.
Yeah. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about our values,
Right.
our priorities.
And our vision for the future.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a collective responsibility. We all have a role to play in shaping this future.
So as we kind of move forward into this uncharted territory,
Right.
what advice would you give to our listeners?
That's a good question.
Like, how can they embrace the power of AI,
Yeah.
but also be mindful of the potential downsides?
Right. So I think the key is to stay informed,
Okay.
stay curious, and stay engaged.
I like that.
Learn about the different AI tools that are out there. Experiment with them.
Don't be afraid to just jump in and try things out.
Exactly. The more you experiment, the more you'll figure out what works for you and what doesn't.
Yeah, you'll find your own AI workflow.
Exactly. But as you're exploring, keep those bigger questions in mind.
Right.
Think about the ethical implications of the tools you're using.
Think about how you can use them to make a positive impact
Yep, absolutely.
on the world.
And remember, the world of AI is constantly changing.
It's moving so fast.
New tools are coming out all the time, so you got to stay curious, stay connected, and keep learning.
Yeah, be a lifelong learner.
Exactly. The more you understand about AI, the better equipped you'll be to navigate this landscape.
Yeah. I love that it's about embracing the power of AI,
Yes.
but also remaining critical and thoughtful
Absolutely.
about its implications.
Yeah, well said.
Okay, so we've given you guys a lot of information today.
A lot to digest.
A lot to digest.
Yeah.
But now it's time to get a little bit more personal.
Okay.
We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
What resonated with you the most?
What sparked your curiosity?
What are you excited to try out? We've covered so much in this deep dive.
It's been a whirlwind.
Yeah, from AI for YouTubers to tools that can revolutionize how we work and learn.
And everything in between.
It's been a lot, but now it's time to get personal.
Okay.
What really stuck with you? Like, out of all the things we talked about, what were you like, oh, wow?
For me, I think it's the potential of AI for learning and research.
Yeah.
Like NotebookLM. Just imagine if everyone had access to a tool like that.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing.
Students could engage with information in a whole new way.
It would change education completely.
It really would.
But maybe you're more drawn to the creative side of AI?
Yeah.
Like, did the idea of cloning yourself with Flux.ai for thumbnails catch your eye?
That's pretty cool.
Or maybe you're dreaming of making music with Suno AI?
Yeah, like have an AI bandmate.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe you're just thinking about all the time you could save
Right.
with these tools.
AI could definitely free up a lot of time.
Yeah, like imagine automating video editing with Gling.ai.
Oh yeah, that would be a game changer.
Or being able to experiment with different AI models on Replicate without having to pay for a subscription.
Yeah, it's like having access to a whole suite of tools for free.
It's amazing, and it really opens up the possibilities for people who maybe don't have a lot of resources.
Exactly. It makes AI accessible to everyone.
And maybe you've always wanted to create amazing graphics, but you don't have any design skills.
Canva is perfect for that.
Yeah, Canva with its AI features can really help you out there.
Yeah, you can create professional-looking designs even if you've never used a design program before.
And maybe you have all these great ideas, but you're not comfortable being on camera?
Yeah.
Tools like InVid.ai can help you bring those ideas to life in a different way.
Exactly. You can create animations or use AI-generated voices.
It's really incredible to think about all the different ways you can use AI to express yourself.
It's like AI is giving us superpowers.
Yeah, it's really breaking down barriers and empowering people to do things they never thought possible.
It's an exciting time to be a creator.
It really is, but as we're all getting excited about the potential of AI,
Right.
we have to remember that it's still just a tool.
A very powerful tool.
Yeah, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Exactly. So as you're exploring all these amazing AI tools, just remember to be mindful.
Yeah.
Think about the implications of what you're creating.
Ask yourself, are you using this tool in a way that aligns with your values?
Right.
Are you considering the potential impact on others?
It's about using AI responsibly.
Yeah, to create positive change in the world.
That's what it's all about.
Well said. So as you continue on your AI journey,
Yeah.
stay curious,
Stay creative.
and most importantly, stay mindful.
The future of AI is in our hands.
That's right. And your choices, your actions, your creativity, they all play a part in shaping that future.
It's up to us to decide what kind of world we want to create with AI.
So what will you create?
That's the question we leave you with today.
The journey has just begun.
Go explore, experiment, and most importantly, have fun.
That's all for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.